Smash or dash, and we're here with a beef black bean stir fry with all your vegetables, guys. You don't want to miss this. Just look at that. And oh yeah, we got that sweet and sour chicken. Guys, I'm telling you, this was the bomb. You don't want to miss this. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so we start off with some chicken. So what I've done is I've basically just chopped the chicken legs in half. Now we're going to add the Chinese 5-spice seasoning, as you can see there. That's about a tablespoon and a half of that 5-spice seasoning. Then we're going in with some cayenne pepper. So just go ahead and sprinkle that on the chicken also. That's also a tablespoon and a half. Then we're going in with this lemon pepper. So we'll just sprinkle the good old lemon pepper on there as well. Guys, I'm telling you, the seasoning on this, when you taste it, oh my God, this was absolutely beautiful. So that's same ratio, tablespoon and a half, that's gone on there. Next, we're going to go in with the garlic granules. So just go ahead and sprinkle that on there as well. Awesome. Then we're going to go in with your normal black pepper, the blackest pepper. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that, just a tablespoon of the blackest pepper. Next up is the onion powder. So we'll just go ahead and sprinkle a tablespoon and a half, guys, of your onion powder. Now this is when you want to get your hands in and you want to make sure that that is all completely coated and under the skin. So what I do is I pull the skin back, as you see, and just make sure that we're getting all those spices right under in there. And then you can go ahead and cover it back up. So do this with all the chicken and let it sit down and rest for about half an hour. And please do ensure you give it a nice massaging, guys, so everything is completely coated, because we're gonna put some soy sauce on there and let that mellow in. Next up, we're getting ready to get the beef. So these are thinly sliced beef, if you see there. So what I'm going to do is just basically put them into my container. Then we're going to add some bicarbonate soda to this and a little water, and we're going to leave it for 30 minutes. And what happens is that tenderizes the meat. Guys, if you add bicarbonate soda to any meat, any tough meat, that tenderizes it. So I'm going to go ahead, do that, and add some water to it and let that rest for about 30 minutes. Then we wash it completely off. Make sure there's no bicarbonate left in the actual meat, and then we will season it. We'll slice it up, season it, and then we're going to cook that in with the stir fry and black bean. So that's the bicarbonate that's on there. Then I'm going to add some water to it. So we just go ahead and make sure that it's all completely covered with water or submerged with water. So I'll just go ahead and make sure that that's all in there. And that's it, guys. We'll leave that for 30 minutes. Now back to our chicken. I'm going to go ahead and add some soy sauce to this. And then that chicken is going to be left for about as long as you want. I mean, I left mine for an hour, hour and a half. You know, the longer the better, because it makes all that seasoning soak into the chicken. And then what I'll do is I'll put this on a baking tray once it's completely left and soaked in, and bake this. Beautiful. Okay, so we're getting the beef now. So basically the beef has been soaking in for half an hour. So I'm just going to cut this into strips. So as you can see there, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this into about an inch or little under an inch strips. So that's what I'm doing now. So we're going to add some black beans to that. And then we're going to add a little soy sauce. And that's all I'm putting on the actual beef. And then that will go in with the stir fry, as I said earlier. Oh yeah, and a little onion powder. So we'll just add a little onion powder just to bring it all together. Beautiful. And that soy sauce, as I said earlier, that's beautiful. Then we give that a quick little mix through, leave that again to soak in. And then when we're gonna fry or stir fry our vegetables, we'll put the beef in also. So with the chicken, just put some corn flour on. That makes you get a nice crispy skin. There's no need for actual flour, just corn flour. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly baste these. Mix that through, turn them over, add a little bit more corn flour. Then that will go in the oven. Should just go ahead with the second coating. This time I'm using a sieve because I think it works out a lot better. So just gives you that nice fine coating. Look at that, beautiful. Mix it through, then add them in the oven. That works well. Just give those a quick toss through to make sure that everything is coated in that corn flour. Get them on that baking tray, guys. And then that's gonna now go into a nice heated oven and cook through for about 45 minutes. So into our heated wok, we add a little bit of coconut oil. And then we're gonna fry through our vegetables in that. So we start off with chopped onions, which I prepared earlier. So we'll just go ahead and get those onions in. Then we're going in with red bell pepper, which I'm slicing in now, and just get those slightly fried off before we go in with the vegetables. That flavors the actual oil. Then we're going in with 3 cloves of garlic. As thin as you can, just slice them up, put them in. That's perfect. Then we're gonna add the beef in there and we're gonna just mix that through and fry it off a bit before we then put in our vegetables. Looking good, so we'll just leave them to fry through. Now we add our bean sprouts and monchus. I think it's called monchus. Flat beans, let's just call it that. Let them go through, then we're gonna be adding our vegetables next. So we get all those vegetables in. I'll tell you, all these vegetables, guys, you know, if you're on a low carb diet, you want all your vegetables like this in there. All your green vegetables, lovely. And then from your local supermarket, you just go ahead and just add your mixed stir-fry vegetables in. Your bean sprouts, your carrots, your cabbage, it's all in there. And just let that steam through. I like my vegetables slightly crispy. So what I'll do is, I've got 2 packs of vegetables. I'll put the first pack in now and mix that through. So that will cook down so it won't be as crispy. But then the last pack that I put through, that will only stay in there in the stir fry for maybe 5 minutes because I'd like to have that crunch on some of those vegetables. So then we're gonna add some pak choy. Pak choy I love. And again, that needs to be